This is a serious military operation. Are you hearing me? This is serious. This is gonna take hours. This is gonna take a couple hours. This could take all day. This is like backwards and it's really tripping me out. But hey guys, it's me, byeeee. Welcome back to my channel. And I'm here today because we're gonna be doing a little tutorial on how to make these kinds of images that are Pinterest worthy and really aesthetic and very vibes. I just feel like this is something that really, it took me a long time to become someone that I deemed worthy of taking pictures, because I always thought I wasn't that type of person to take these pictures, that I wasn't worthy of these types of things, that that's something that other people do, that but not me. And it is something that really helps you fall in love with yourself. It's a really great way to stay creative, and it is just so much fun. And I think everyone should be doing this because everyone wants to have cool pictures of themselves. And so I'm just gonna share the knowledge and the wealth with all of you today. To start, you're gonna need a few tools, and you do need these things. It is, I'll be honest, expensive, but I think you could really make it work if you just had a phone with a really nice camera. So I use a Canon PowerShot SX530HS. You just need something with a pretty good camera. I know phones nowadays have really good cameras, so that could work, but you do need a tripod, because if it's just you, yourself, and I, who's gonna hold the camera? And that's really all you need to start. You need a camera, something to take pictures with, and something to hold it while you're being the model. All right, so once you have your gear, you're ready to start with the building blocks. And how do you start a photo shoot? First, you start with an idea and a vibe. So I love to go to Pinterest. So we're gonna go to Pinterest right now. And you have to figure out what vibe you want. What I did is I went Fruitigo Arrow photo shoot. And you can see other people's ideas. I wouldn't really be one to copy exactly, because we're a one-man crew here. Okay, we gotta do our best. It's not gonna be exactly like this, but so you can see some ideas and some things you might want to try work doing. You can see really cute vibes, and then you have to get the outfit. You have to get the makeup. You have to get the looks. This is a photo shoot. You better have everything that you need, all of the props to get the vibe across. Because I don't want to do anything halfway. If you're gonna do it, you better dedicate to it. You better commit. So how are these people doing their makeup? They're doing colorful outfits. They're wearing colorful eyeshadow. They're wearing blues. They're wearing greens. It's water-based. It's some techno things. That's the vibe. And then once you get the vibe, you pick your outfit, and you get to do your makeup, and you do your hair. And that is all up to you and how you want to personally interpret it. And then once you have your makeup and your hair, you go out and you shoot. It is a little hard, especially if you're out in public. So my recommendations for you to do is to go where there's nobody. If you're just starting out taking pictures, go where there's nobody. You can do this in your room with an empty wall, and you can use lights. I've done pictures where I did it against, I don't really have an empty wall. I just have, that's the emptiest thing I got going on. And it's about not big. Use what you can. I take a lot of pictures outside because I can't take pictures inside. You can go in your room. You can go wherever you want. And if you're just starting out, I don't do this. I don't recommend doing it in high busy places. But I work in Chicago. I would never do this in the city because I don't trust leaving my tripod and my setup outside for anyone to grab while I'm taking pictures. I'm absolutely not doing that. Go to your backyard. Go to a little garden, a park nearby. If you're scared of people being there, and here's the thing, it's trial and error. You're gonna take 1,000,000 pictures and only 10 of those are gonna work. But you have to keep going. I'm serious. If you're gonna be doing, this is not tee-hee ha-ha. This is a serious military operation. Are you hearing me? This is serious. This is gonna take hours. This is gonna take a couple hours. This could take all day. So how badly do you want those pictures? That's what I'm asking. And here for some tips if you're shy. So if you're shy, go early. Go at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. with the sunrise. Be there when there's nobody else being there. Number 2, if you are like me and you get anxious and then you see someone walking around, you can pause. You can stop what you're doing until they walk away and then keep going. But you can also remember you're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything illegal. You are not bothering them. Here's the key thing. A lot of people, I see people have these tips online where they're like, just don't care. It doesn't matter. But it matters, because some of these people say this and then they're literally stopping in the middle of a busy street just to take a picture and like bothering people. Don't bother people. People do not care as long as you're not bothering them. If you're just sitting there looking cute taking pictures, they're gonna go like, oh, and then walk away. They're gonna keep going through their day. As long as you're not taking pictures of them, you're not disturbing them, you're not taking up their time, you're fine. No one is gonna care. Okay? And another thing is poses. I'm still working on poses. Just look at your inspo. Look at how they stand. Look at what they do, and just try to be yourself. Try to be confident. Acknowledge that you put in the work. That you put in the work to look cute, and you look cute. That you did that. You look great. That's why you're gonna take pictures. So why are you being shy taking pictures? If you put all this effort in, don't be shy. Don't be shy. And what else I have to share? Another tip is that this is a really important one. If you're going to be taking pictures of yourself, it's really hard to use a 10-second timer and to click the button and run and pose. So what I do is I film videos. So you can see videos of me just walking around, me posing, and of those videos, I just take a screenshot. And that is what I edit. So I usually only film for like a minute at a time, and I'll get one photo out of that before I change to a different position or a different pose or try something new. And it is entirely trial and error. There will be many times where I just am not in the frame the way I want to be. I can't really look at my phone. There are ways to link cameras to phones so that you know what the frame is. I can't do that. I can't figure it out. So it is trial and error. You film, you got it wrong, you try again. You film a bit, try it wrong, and you try again. And one thing about this that I realize is you have to acknowledge and accept that that's what you look like. You just look like that. And I think it's something that it can be a positive thing if you just look like that. Because sometimes I take pictures and there's like certain angles and things that I look great in, but others that I don't. And it's because you're a human being. You're a human being. That's what you look like. You have to accept, maybe some of you are, but I know model. I am not going to be on the cover of Vogue. Like, I have broad shoulders, and that's not going anywhere. You can't get rid of it. Like, I was watching one of these clips, and I was just like, damn, I look kind of huge. Like, I look jacked. Because I kind of am. I'm kind of strong, guys. Not to brag, but sometimes that's not what I'm going for, but that's just what I look like. Or sometimes I'm looking at it and sometimes I don't like how my nose looks. I'm like, but that's what my nose looks like. Or how I have uneven eyelids and I don't really open them evenly either. Like in one of those pictures, my arm was folded really weird and my armpit looks strange. And it's not even, I can't even comfort you by saying people don't notice, because people do notice this. Like, I showed my mom these pictures. She was like, Daya, you didn't shave. I was like, I did shave. It's just a weird angle. And it's just that's what I look like. I'm not going to Photoshop it or edit it or change it, because then it wouldn't be very authentic. And that's really one of the hardest parts, because people are all insecure about things. But we can't make them go away. Well, you can if you get surgery, but I don't want to do that. It's just accepting that we're flawed and we're human. And that doesn't take away from a cute picture. And now moving on to editing. I usually edit on my iPad using this app called Epic, EPIK with all caps. Actually, no, I'll link a picture right there. It's called Epic. I think it's really great because it comes with a lot of stickers. It does unfortunately use AI. I don't like AI. But right now, I don't like AI. I'm anti-AI. People trying to AI these pictures. I'm teaching you how to do it right now. You don't need AI. You can do it yourself. We're learning today. I also like it because it has a lot of great layer options. But if you don't have that iPad, for example, I didn't have it. I used Canva and Clip Studio Paint. If you don't have Clip Studio Paint, you can use something called Fire Alpaca, which is really similar. The point is you just need something with layer and layer changing options because Canva doesn't have that. So if we're going to Canva, Canva is also really great because it has a lot of stickers that Epic doesn't have, because Epic has very limited stickers. Alright, so here's an example of a picture that I edited using Canva. I'm putting on my glasses for this. We have to lock in for this. So for Canva, you don't be afraid to layer pictures. For this one, I went to Google and I put in computer icon, and then you put transparent PNG. Then once you find the icons that you're looking for, you can just save them as a PNG and upload them to the Canva site. When you edit something like this, what I used was some frames. You go to elements. Well, actually, you can just put in computer, and then you go to frames, and that's where you find these. And you slide your photo into it. So I like layering images, but if you also want cool effects, what I like to use is Clip Studio Paint. So we can edit one right now. This is the raw image. And this is not examples like I have pimples on my face. I have acne. I'm not editing that out. That's what I look like. I see no point in shame of being a human being. Like I'm just gonna be more insecure about it if I get used to getting rid of it. We're gonna edit this in Canva first. I like upscale because if you take screenshot of images, they tend to become more blurry. And I just do really simple editing. I just make it brighter. I take down the contrast a little bit. Oh, just a little bit. And I up the vibrance and the saturation just a little bit. Okay, so now that I have this image, this is the raw image that we're gonna work with. I wanna create this one image I saw that had this double layer effect that I wanna try to achieve. Have this image, and we're gonna put it slightly offset, and we're gonna put in a blur filter. Alright, so we're going to be looking at my Instagram, and as you can see, we can see these are what examples of finished photos look like. And this technique is something that I have used for all sorts of photos that I've used in the past. Like this is the one where I used just lighting, and I really like how these pictures turned out. I'm really proud of them, and I just keep getting better and better. And I don't want people to think that taking pictures of themselves is something that is hard to do, because it is, but with patience and time, it is something that really anyone can do, and it is something that can be accessible, and don't be afraid to try it. It's really fun. I highly encourage you to do it, and I promise that you can do it. You'll be able to do it, and you'll do great, and you'll look so beautiful, and these are pictures that you will show to your grandchildren and children. So, hope everyone had a good day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!